So we're back. It's been a little bit of a while since I last updated you guys, but trying to be more consistent, which I always seem to fail at. But now, hopefully, should be able to get into a decent routine now that I'm home for a bit, and so that's going to allow me to be more consistent. But today, I really wanted to touch on just a couple of things. Firstly, a brief update on my meet and how that went, in case you're not already aware, and then also go into some more depth about mentality as it pertains to lifting. Alright, so starting off with the meet, for the most part, it went really, really well. I totaled 1475 at clinically obese body weight. Just kidding, 231 I think I made weight at, so I was about 229 actually. A little bit under, so that was nice. But to be fair, it was quite difficult to make weight. Had to do some water loading, and then also had to do a couple hot baths to get the rest of that sweat out and really make sure that I was on the money for that one. But I made it, and that's what matters. Probably going to have to do a bit of a recomp going into my next competition, just to make sure it's not too difficult for me to make weight. And then, got that 500 squat I've been chasing, 640 deadlift, and then, still the same poverty, 331 bench. No, 336? 330 something. 336. But that was a PR. They were all PRs, so it was good. Just got to figure out the bench going forward. But I'm confident that, just keeping the volume really high and making sure I'm hitting enough singles every single week after this week is going to really help me going into my next meet. But yeah, it was a really good day. I'm really happy that my family got to see me lift, my girlfriend got to see me lift. It was a really enjoyable day, and I think that's, honestly the main thing. And then as far as my next competition goes, I'm actually about 6 weeks out now, having to do a qualifier in the UK before British Junior Nationals, which is my new plan now because of the whole USAPL stuff, and then also just being home as well. Like, it just makes more sense for me. So I'm going to do that, and yeah, that's about it. And then probably be back in the USAPL next year, so I'm going back in about January, so should all work out as far as that goes. But yeah, quickly about mentality. What I really wanted to talk about is just the way that you approach your training, and kind of just understanding that this is a journey and it's a long thing, and really, comprehending that it's going to be difficult at times, and there's going to be times when you really don't want to go in the gym. For example, this past Monday, I just got home for the UK from the US, and I was traveling for about 16, 18 hours. It was a really stressful day, like a lot of different factors that went into it, and it's been a very stressful couple of months, but as soon as I got home, the first thing I thought about was, I need to do my training today. It's Monday. I got to do my sets of 8 on squats, and I got to do my sets of 4 on deadlifts. And I need to get that done today, so I'm on track for the rest of the week. Maybe not the best thing, right, after a 16-hour traveling, sitting down, but I knew I had to do it. I'd had 5 hours of sleep, which was enough, It's something, it's better than nothing. Not ideal, but, it's whatever. You got to make the best of what you have. But still, so I go on with it. I did my training. I hit 2 PRs on that day, which is crazy, right? After all that traveling, being stressed, being tired, I still managed to come out and put a really good performance out, which I didn't expect. But this kind of goes back to understanding that it's going to be difficult, but you're still going to do it, and you're still going to come out with a positive result, right? As long as you believe that is possible, as long as you believe in yourself and you're willing to accept that it might be difficult, but you can still get there. I went into that day expecting that it was going to be terrible, thinking that the gym wasn't going to be as good as I remembered. Everything was going to feel bad because different equipment, different stuff, different traveling, different time zone, all this shit. But it wasn't, and it was fine, and ultimately it went really well. Did I feel great today? No, not really, but, at the end of the day, you got to accept that there's going to be some difficulties and some challenges along the way. But then, kind of talking about a couple other things, obviously, like as far as the USAPL situation right now, again, this goes back to the mentality and understanding that it's difficult and there's going to be a long road and there's going to be challenges. I feel like if the USAPL does get banned, then it's going to be difficult for a lot of lifters to take and whatnot, but you have to understand that, again, there's always going to be different things that pop up, and you have to see that this potential 2-year ban, if that is what happens, is going to be a good opportunity for you to get stronger. Focus on different things, maybe just accept that you can't do any national meets or whatever, or international meets in the IPF, and you just have to maybe find another solution to continue to compete if that's what you want, or just get stronger. Use that time to get stronger. That is, again, it's a gift. You have to be as positive as you can with these situations and accept what you can't control, and then focus on what you can control. You can control when you train, or maybe you can't. I mean, some people can't. If you work 9 to 5, then you can't train during that period, so you have to pick another time. But then you have to accept that is what it is, and if your training isn't as good as it could be, then it is what it is. Like, unless you quit your job, you can't change it, right? So you have to accept that that's what's going to happen, and then you also have to accept that a meet is going to be a product of your training. If your training is not ideal, then the meet isn't going to be ideal. But again, it might go really well. You don't know. So just being open to experiences and just being open to the challenges that you might face and letting that strengthen you, and ultimately allowing yourself to grow because of the process. And that's the most important thing and the main takeaway from this video. But you can see some of my shitty training in these videos. It's been a tough couple of weeks, but still getting it in. About 5 different gyms in the last couple of weeks, but it is what it is. You gotta accept that, and I've been living out of suitcases, but I'm home now, so time to work. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Be sure to follow me.